You die in one hit, but the game keeps daring you to play faster. Every weapon feels different. Every room is a setup, and every single button press matters more than you expect. You're tossing guns, sliding past bullets, kicking furniture across rooms, and unlocking abilities that only appear if you kill the right way. And at some point, it clicks. You stop reacting. You start improvising. Let's get into it. This game clearly pays homage to games like Hotline Miami and its brutality and pacing, but it stands on its own with a gritty noir style and 3D top-down perspective. Jackal is a high-octane, ultra-violent top-down action shooter with unforgiving, old-school arcade vibes. You play as a 1970s hitman clearing rooms of criminals on your way to a top crime boss, all while drowning in the excess and temptation of Sin City. The story's mostly there to frame the chaos, because this is pure, unfiltered gameplay. Each stage is broken into multiple rooms, all with randomly generated layouts. Enemies are placed and ready to strike the moment you're spotted. Rooms are compact, which means they can be cleared in minutes or seconds. And you don't start with a gun. You start with your bare hands and your feet. Your core ability is the kick, which also doubles as a slide. You can boot enemies across rooms, launch props into their faces, and slide over barriers to stun them. That stun opens enemies up to brutal finishers, instant kills that grant a brief invincibility window and a speed boost. This is where the John Wick energy kicks in. Kicking an enemy disarms them, letting you snatch their weapon mid-air and immediately turn it back on them. Melee and ranged weapons all feel distinct. Bats swing slower than knives, rifles fire slower than pistols, and automatics chew through ammo fast. Most weapons kill instantly, but tougher enemies can survive hits, forcing you to think about spacing and timing. Some melee weapons demand point-blank aggression, while guns vary in range effectiveness. Aiming has a twin-stick feel. You aim with the mouse or right stick, and attacks fire in the direction you're facing. Used weapons can also be thrown like projectiles. Constant swapping isn't optional, it's survival. Here's the wild part. When you pick up a new weapon, your current one automatically gets chucked at the nearest enemy. All of this happens in seconds. Before you realize it, you're sliding over obstacles, kicking furniture into enemies, and chaining executions with a kind of violent rhythm. It's chaotic but controlled, almost like a dance. Then things get weird. During drug-fueled hallucinations, your character unlocks spells, special abilities earned by performing finishers. You can slow enemies bullet time style, force mobs to attack each other, summon creatures, dual-wield weapons, and a lot more that's better discovered firsthand. But no matter how powerful you feel, Jackal never lets you relax. This is a one-hit kill game. Any mistake means instant death. There are checkpoints, but you'll need to clear entire rooms before progressing. There are difficulty options, and you can regenerate stage layouts if you want a different flow. That alone can make the game feel completely fresh. On top of that, mutators unlock modifiers that drastically change how Jackal plays, like forcing kick-only combat, allowing ammo reloads, or randomizing enemy placement after death. It's surprisingly flexible for such a ruthless game. There's a learning curve to Jackal's flow. You're constantly making snap decisions, committing to actions, and trusting your instincts, or you die. But that tension is the fun. When you clear a room cleanly, it feels incredible, like pulling off a perfectly choreographed action scene. Eventually, actions become second nature. Enemies make mistakes, and you capitalize on them instantly. It's not easy. You'll die a lot, especially if you repeat the same bad habits. But as your awareness sharpens, every victory feels earned. And thanks to randomized rooms and unpredictable enemy behavior, no two runs feel identical. Jackal is short. You can finish it in a few hours, but like classic arcade games, it's built for replayability. There's a speedrun mode with leaderboards, plus modifiers that let you customize the experience how you want. On top of all that, Jackal is dripping with style. The cutscenes are trippy and stimulating, the story stays tight, and the soundtrack and voice work is top tier for an indie title. If you love fast-paced, top-down action that rewards aggression, precision, and adaptability, you'll feel right at home here. Jackal is currently available on PC, and if this kind of game vibes with you, consider subscribing. I cover indie and AA game discoveries weekly, and hitting like genuinely keeps the channel going. Drop a comment with your favorite top-down action games. I'm always looking for recommendations. Jackal is backlog approved.